Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Black as Fuck with Mo Hill. I'm your girl, Mo Hill, and these are my guests, y'all. That's a lot of them today. So shout out to y'all. And before we go ahead and introduce my guests, I want if you're not subscribed, stop this video right now, subscribe right now, because why aren't you subscribed? And then make sure your notifications are on, because that's very, very important. Alright, so we're gonna make it quick. We're gonna go down the line because I want to make sure you know who everybody is today. And I want to again just thank y'all for coming out. We're gonna start with Courtney, my long time friend. Middle school, what y'all?
Middle school. I'm Courtney. Do I need to put my hand?
You can, yeah, if you want to.
Courtney Simone, all handles.
Okay, thank you for coming out.
I'm Delphi. You can find me on Instagram, Delphi_. And also, Find a Peace Productions, where we make peaceful all your media needs. Look me up.
My name's Jason. You can find me at Mr. Margaret on Instagram. And if you like the nerd shit, follow me.
Jabba Ranks, you can follow me on every platform at Jabba Ranks 1. Check my music out on every platform.
Hello everyone, I am Tiffany M. Simmons, also known as the Plug's Lawyer. I own Simmons Law, and I also have a show called Hood Court. So check it out. My handles are the Plug's Lawyer and Hood Court TV show, official Simmons Law for all legal needs.
My name is Mark Alexander. You can find me on Instagram at Intend to Inspire.
I didn't even know that was your name. I'm sorry. That nigga name is
Inspire.
Love Me Love on goddamn Facebook.
Oh yeah. I love
Wow.
Facebook, but my name is Mark Alexander.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you fucking know. Alright, I'm sorry.
That's a hit.
It's all good.
I just was like, wait a damn minute.
You're not too many people know who I am.
Look at that. That's
My
amazing.
IG is, she got me crazy. It's Intent to Inspire, INTEND, the number 2 Inspire. It's an inspirational clothing brand. Basically, it's designed to change the mental frequencies. If you're looking for a vehicle, you also can find me as the car man. THECARMANN.
Alright, my name is Sierra Gresham, and I am high school mate of Mo. And okay,
Mo school, Mo hoes.
So, you can follow me on all handles. C Styles Creations. C is SIE Styles Creations.
Wow, I love the introduction. You guys have a lot of info. So the first question I want to ask you guys, because it seems like within the last couple of years, there's all of these stages and levels that you gotta hit, you gotta get to before you get like a man. I don't know. So I want to break it down. So allegedly, there's 5 stages. You got the talking stage, you got the dating stage, you got the dating exclusively stage, which is new. They just put that in there to keep your ass from going to a relationship. Then you got the relationship, and then you got the marriage. So I want to know, what are the rules between those stages? When you're talking, do you have the ability to talk to multiple people? And if you're talking to multiple people, how do you get to the next level?
What's those 3 things you said?
It was
I'm talking about 3 before relationship and marriage. What
It was talk.
Date exclusively.
Marriage.
So talk,
No,
date
wait,
exclusively, relationship,
Talk.
marriage.
Yes.
I don't think there's no rules to the game, really.
But isn't date exclusive
None of
relationship?
that. Y'all gotta see this.
Shit, that's what I thought.
Okay, so if talking is we get to know each other.
My name is Rachel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's dating as we go out on dates, we get to know each other. However, I can still talk to Tom, Dick, Jane.
Right.
You can still talk to Carrie, at least, and all else.
So it's Dutch.
Yeah. Huh?
That's when it's Dutch.
That's what it's Dutch.
Okay.
Then it's okay. I'm ready to give my players away. I want to be just with you. So now it's dating. That's exclusive.
Okay.
Then it's after that you kind of go into the relationship.
You wanna
You
go
give them
together?
a key. Oh, let's move in together. When is the next stage for us?
See, at the end of the day, I think we skip a lot of the steps and the processes of actually getting to know each other because of stuff like this. This 5-step in these 5 areas.
I never heard of myself.
I think that 5-step. Yeah, I think that's not reality. That's Instagram. Instagram
This is
memes
crazy.
and stuff that people try to
And
live
those
off
rules
of.
come about basically to give people an opportunity to do a little bit more than what they normally would do and ease their conscience. When you're talking about between dating and dating exclusively, all you're really saying is, can I date you by yourself or am I allowed to mess with other people?
Exactly.
And it's just like how religion was based. What you do is you take the rules and you switch a little bit to make it fit your
Right.
your
What you got going on.
narrative.
So really, you
all
can
that is
technically
really
go from talking to relationship.
Yes,
And it's always
I think
definition
so, because
of
it's
that person
between
dating.
you
It's
and
always
that
like-
person.
Your dating may be different from my dating. My
Yeah,
dating may
you
be
But see, again, these things weren't differentiated. It was just dating.
just dating.
When I was in
If
high
I like
school,
you and
it
you like
was
me,
we went
That's
together.
right.
We went together.
we didn't have to worry about who else.
But if I thought
Nah, it wasn't on stage. That stage shit came
This was
recently.
my boyfriend. I like you.
That's a mental.
I-
That's about
Courtney,
control.
do you guys have any? Do you have any opinion or that you want to
I
put
guess
in?
it just depends on the person. I personally like to know. Like
What your intentions are in the beginning.
Right. So I did the dating and then okay, are we exclusively dating? Because I wasn't ready to necessarily be in the relationship at that moment to put a title on it. But I also was starting to like him to the point where I knew I didn't want to talk to nobody else, so I didn't want him to talk to anyone else.
That's strategy.
So
I think that the 5 or 7 or 10 or whatever these stages are came about with everybody born after
The new generation.
97. Hell, I don't even say 2000.
Selfish mentality.
Because think about it, like, it's just like with a job or a career. If I'm not getting to this stage by this time period, I want out. So that way, if you start saying, okay, well, it's new levels to this shit, then you can say, well, I'm at this level, I'm not getting this promotion, I'm out. Back, I just put out there, I'll be 42 this year. Like for me, it was always, I like you, you like me. And see what we gonna do.
Right.
And see if it works.
And that's
Yeah.
what it is. It didn't have to be strategic.
So how do you know? This is for the guys. How do you know? Because if we're dating and that means that we got hoes basically, and then exclusively dating is cutting off our hoes. So how does a woman know when a man is serious enough for her to cut off all her hoes?
She'll feel it.
Like, what are some things that she should look for?
Women, see, that's the
When
thing.
he's invested, that's when you start to understand, like, oh, okay.
So when he's spending money on you, you mean?
No.
That's what
It's-
mentality. That's not right now mentality. You know how many things are
It
more
could be
important, right?
money now,
Time,
and it could be
he can
taking
be
you out.
I just heard investment.
Just That's the real. Anybody can get money. Money can get got. You can blow $100 there and get it back in 10 minutes. You can't get that time you put into a person. You can't get that knowledge. If I drop jewels on you and I show you how to build yourself up from the inside, you can't get that back.
You wanna for real?
Nobody can pay for that. Nobody can pay for what I got in here.
Because a nigga can spend time with you and still have another life.
Absolutely.
A
Exactly.
nigga spend money on you, spend it on somebody else.
They call him Jerry Springer.
A lot of times, and y'all can attest to this, ladies. Y'all can attest to it. You don't go with your gut.
Who don't?
A lot of women
Mhm.
I can agree with that.
go with your gut because he will.
Because
A nigga will show you.
Because women will lie to
Yeah,
themselves.
what you're saying, as far as because they have hope, and so a lot of women are we feel on potential. We got potential versus reality, and that could be a lot of reasons why we're not making it to the motherfucking fourth stage.
That's the
ladies.
real reason.
So
Go with what the
women-
reality is.
So
Okay, so it's different generations in here.
Yes.
Because you say it's no such thing as the fourth stage. You
Exactly.
say it's just dating. You like me, I like you.
Check the box.
Check, boom.
Right.
You know.
And you can develop from there. I don't think you have to break it down. There's too much thinking when.
But this generation nowadays,
right now.
that I never heard the 5 stages. I guess because I'm not
I mean, honestly, they always been there.
right.
Now we're just naming them.
Pinpointing them.
Yeah.
It's
like
always
iCar.
been there.
Honestly, I feel like they're separating stages to make them longer, to give you
Right.
a bigger
Right.
They
purpose.
put time limit.
They will carrot in your face.
They
Like,
put
Whether
time
it's
limits
male
on.
or female.
People are just protecting their insecurity. So really, that's the real reason why you
Protect
label
your
it, because you want to control what space you are in.
People
So is that one of the reasons you think that relationships and marriages and stuff like that is not really working today because people's insecurities that they're not really dealing with?
That's part of it.
People wanted to happen right now instead of making it work.
lack of honesty.
They want it to happen right away. Just expect it to just work. And if it don't work, they leave.
Well, not even making it work,
And a lot of
putting in the
distractions
work
also
for
play
it
a
to
part.
happen,
Yeah.
creating the marriage and relationship that they want.
And that's
You
what I'm
don't-
saying. They
like
want it to
they-
just happen.
Right. They look at Instagram or they look
They
at
want it
their
to be
friends,
instant.
they look at
Yeah.
their grandmas. There are so many men and women that I know that are disillusioned, in confusion, because they looking at, oh, well, she don't act like my grandma, she don't act like my mama.
And
Fuck
bitch, I'm
them
not
people.
gonna act like
Or
a-
he don't act like he don't
Or-
act like my daddy, or he don't
But
fuck them
but I-
people.
but
They
you have
get
to
with
build-
some-
So you
Yeah.
can't expect everybody
You
to
have
be in a
those
like-minded, love type of this is what I'm gonna do situation because everybody was raised differently. The
Right.
thing about it is a lot of people think that these things are right, these things are right, these things are wrong, these things are wrong, but sometimes it's not a right or wrong. It's I grew up this way, so you're doing what you're doing, making me feel like I can't really fuck with you like that. Versus having those uncomfortable conversations and trying to be like, well, what's really going on? What's really
Exactly.
the reason why you're like that? If you care about somebody, you're going to actually sit there and try to figure out versus, oh, I'm not fucking with you no more because there's a whole bunch of other bitches in the series.
And that's what you're gonna do.
Because trust me, it's a lot
You
of
wanna
dick
know
out
how
there.
you dealing with
It's
it.
a lot of dick out
You can
there.
help
But
it.
the bad thing about it,
What you dealing with.
the bad thing about it is everybody comes with their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And some shit is worse than other shit, but everybody got their shit. You just have to really figure out.
But just to build on what Tiffany was saying,
Mhm.
it's people are looking at what mama had, what mom and daddy had, what mama had, what grandparents had, but then social media in its form now. See, social media for us, you know, like, we built it, and social media was actually supposed to be another outlet for you to be social from a
Right.
distance. But now it's controlling people's mindsets. So they want, oh, well, my granddaddy paid all the bills for grandma. Yeah, but at the same time, grandma was okay with the word no.
You know what's funny?
Women these days, if you say no in the dating phase,
Some niggas do it.
oh, you fuck ass motherfucker, all this other shit, instead
Well,
of,
it ain't even that. It's a lot of women I see. They make their men their god. They make
They
if
worship the
they
rock.
and I'm not saying don't cater to your man, respect your man, love your man. But when you make a man, a person, a woman your god, you doing some dangerous shit because it's only one God that I serve.
That just really
And-
comes from insecurities.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's definitely a boundary.
Yeah.
Between, you know, in a relationship, and of course you want to let the man lead, but as far as like putting him on a pedestal, or as far as he can't make any mistakes, and he's just doing this, he's just doing that, yeah, that's crazy. But
And a lot of
In a
women do
sense-
that because they
in a
ain't got
sense,
no
you do
money.
want to
The man
serve
taking care
your
of them.
man, though.
When
Oh, I love
before
serving
I
my
got
man. I
married,
love serving people. I love serving.
before
my
I got
community.
married, I had the old woman talk. And one of the women told me two things, and I never forget. And I said, people that's getting married, even through relationships.
Tell us.
A woman wants love, a man wants respect. In order for you to love, get your love, you have to respect him, and that vice
Very
versa.
simple.
I also
Very
tell
simple.
women who in relationship, dating, or whatever, they say, "Oh, communication is the key." That is one of the keys, but you have to understand where they're coming from. Like the podcast you had me and my husband do, it really helped us because we was in the space, be transparent. We was in the space, like. So you had us do the love language text. That helped me understand my husband more. At that time, I had already been married for 8 years. But we was going through some stuff, and I was just like, shit. Okay, whatever. After that test, it really helped open my eyes into what my husband wanted, and it opened his eyes into what I like. Because I'm just telling him, just do the shit. Just do the shit.
A lot of
Like,
people aren't
yeah.
minded
The
of their
test itself, it helped us, and we had I call it garage talk. We had like a 3-hour talk, and it was just like, you my boyfriend again, and now this year made 11 years of us being married.
That's so you gotta love your partner the way they want to be loved, not the way that you want to be loved, because everybody's love language is different.
Right. So what I tell them is communication is the key, but you have to know how to
Listen.
comprehend what they're saying. Because we communicate all day, but until I know what you're saying from your point of view, and you know what I'm saying from my point of view, it's not gonna work.
Again, understand.
that
You have to
that-
understand your mate. You have to know who you're dealing with, what they're dealing with, and how to deal with them. And a lot of people, they get into these situations with people, and they just thinking it's going to be lottie-dottie and super fast, we can mix. When you interact with somebody, you have to listen to them. they're always talking to you. They're always giving you signs. They're always calling out for help. You have to learn how to hear it. Sometimes it's not going to come direct like I'm talking right now. It's going to come in between the words. It's going to come in a tone. It's going to come in vibrations. You have to know. Not even so much the action.
But also just
you
tell
have
them.
to
You don't have to
understand.
read between the
But see, the
lines.
thing about it is, when you tell a person, people don't listen when you tell them. When you tell a person directly, they don't always hear because they're not equipped to listening to understand. Like she said, they're not listening to comprehend. So I can tell you one thing, but if you're not in a position where you really want to hear what I'm saying, it won't matter.
But then when it comes,
So you know, them type of people don't need to be in a relationship.
It comes to like us knowing ourselves too. Like
Yeah.
we have to get to know ourselves so that we know what we can get, what our strengths are, what's gonna make her fall in love,
Yeah.
what's gonna make her keep coming back and things like
Right.
that.
And are you good with yourself?
Exactly.
Because baby, I ain't your mama.
Right.
Right.
And not
Something
saying the
built my
man who
teeth.
didn't love
And they're just
themselves,
trying to love
and it
you.
showed in how
And it
they
shows in how they
treated
treat
you.
you.
And not saying myself to get therapy, to journal,
Right,
to
right.
sit in nature, whatever the fuck I did to heal some of my traumas. Love yourself enough, man, to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming down to your level. If I'm up here, even on that level of emotions and, spirituality,
Yeah.
I'm coming down here.
So a lot of men that I know jump from female to female, seriously, or use a woman, not use, or have a woman in their corner for whatever pinnacle they're going through in their lives. I've never seen a man take a healing moment. Like for me as a woman, I didn't date for a long time just because I just needed to do that, and I'm glad that I did that. But for men, do you guys go through those healing journeys where you guys have to sit down and look at
Absolutely.
yourself?
Now they probably do.
Like you said, yes, a lot of men do go from woman to woman because we might find something different and another one that draws us in.
That's true.
I am They'll draw us in with something different.
Right.
It isn't so much that we can't open up. I know that's something that social media says a lot. We will, because there really are women that are safe spaces. So we'll heal within talking to them. Or we just figure the shit out. We have our own hobbies, or whatever, I do music. So for the longest, my healing factor was just going to the lab. I do it every day, even if I was in a relationship. It didn't matter if I was gone 7, 8, 10 hours. Because that's what made me feel better. Then I finally got married, fell in love with a dope woman.
Shout out to the love.
So, we got down, I finally found a place I could unload that into. It's crazy, that shit's not crazy. Right,
It
yeah.
really does.
Yeah,
Give me an emotional unload.
Yeah, my baggage.
However you want to do it.
Right. So it comes, and when it comes, the man will take advantage of it. Because it isn't easy for men to open up. It's not. But when we finally do, it's the greatest thing in the world.
Your journey is always going to be in stages because you're always going to hit that plateau and someone's going to knock you where you hold on to the edge. And you have to find yourself, but you also have to find friends. Like, I honestly believe men need to have straight up, strictly platonic female friends. Like me, I have 3 ladies in my life. I would ride or die for them. Strictly platonic, we go out to eat, we chill, like I know the dudes, they
Never
use
clap
on
them
me. Never. Because when I have issues, when I'm dealing with somebody, or I just got stuff that, as a man, I can't rationalize, and my past experiences aren't giving me the answer. I can say, hey, I need to throw something out there. And at the same token, they do the same thing with me. And it's like you have to have that level of mentality where you can say, I'm gonna give you an honest answer. You're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not gonna like what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah.
And I might not want to hear it at the time, but I'm gonna take it and receive it. And as men, it's doubly hard for us because we've always been told, you can't cry, you can't smile, you can't do this, don't hug, don't do shit. But these 2 motherfuckers, my bros, if I go to ranks like, hey bro, I need to holler at you, meet me for a drink.
Easy.
This motherfucker's gonna be like, skirt, before I can tell him where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I can talk to this motherfucker about some shit sometimes, and we can't say what we done talked about, but trust me, it's a healing experience because you have to have those people around you that's gonna better you.
I love that. I love
The
that.
problem is though, niggas will do that, and for whatever reason, people will call it gay.
For real.
No, men can't cry, can't do
Can't wear big t-shirts to
like
bed.
y'all said, it starts when y'all are younger.
Shit's crazy.
So knowing that now, I don't know if y'all have kids now, but I have boys. I have a 3-month-old, but I have a 7-year-old. I'm trying to stop him from growing up to be another emotionally unavailable man, because that's where it starts. I let him cry. I let him tell me how he feels. If he tells me how he feels, I let him get it out. I don't say, "Oh, you shouldn't feel that way," or you
Stop acting.
stop acting like. I never say that to
Tough
him.
enough.
Because why is having emotion girl like? Like, are y'all human as well?
And I think that honestly,
That's some real shit.
if you don't know how to feel and you're not allowed to feel, then
You
you
gotta go that
can't
way.
feel for your woman.
A lot of men always say they want someone to be their peace. They want someone to be their peace, and they are just in pieces on the inside. Not to mention they in pieces on the inside. They fucking you. They fucking Paul. I mean, ooh, I hope not Paul.
They probably are.
They might be though in the number. You never know. But that's the thing. You never hear women say, "Be my peace." You never hear women say that. Are we allowed to say that? Y'all?
See, this is my reason why I say this. For me, being one of the 1.78% of Black female attorneys in the United States, I have the stress rate behind ER doctors. So for me, it's not a game. I own a law firm that I created from $0 to a multi-million-dollar business. And I thank God for that. But with that comes a lot of responsibility. It's a heavy crown. So for me, in dating, some people may say, why you not dating this and the third. I'm not dating because I need you. I'm dating because I want you. I'm not dating because I need you to pay my bills. I'm not dating because I need to ride your coattails. I'm dating because I genuinely want to get to know you and have an experience with you. And then on top of that, the be my peace, if I have to do this and fight out in the world, why would I want to do that with my partner, my man?
Right.
In my years of living, I've never had a man create a safe space for me and be a space for me to flourish. So imagine all the stuff that I have done by the grace of God, because, toot my horn, but I'm thanking God. With all the things I have done, from author to actor to this to that, imagine if I did have that man that curated that safe space and that love for me. I'd be fucking to the moon right now. Hood Court would be getting the 100 million right now that it deserves to be on the network.
But we can't be y'all's peace if y'all
Creating chaos.
Creating chaos. It don't work like that.
Alright, y'all. Sorry about that. We just had to switch out our people like they did Aunt Viv on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We just gonna make it do what it do. Really quick, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and where people can find you.
I am Sheena, aka She Wins. I am on all social media. I think it's She_Wins.
I know you talk louder than that. I've heard you talk louder than that.
Well, I am kind of soft spoken.
Ooh, she is a whole thug while she ain't trying to play in front of y'all face like this.
So I think it's She_Wins with 2 S's at the end.
Okay.
I believe. And She Wins on Facebook.
Okay. All right. Darker skin and Viv. We were talking about women feeling peace or having that peace within their men, because men are always talking about but they don't provide that for women.
Being our peace.
Yes.
Yeah, they depending on where they are, and like I said, we'll come in and cause havoc on our little
Chaos.
just come in and wreck everything. Our agency going and everything.
Right.
Finish. But
We off.
I think it depends on where a man is in his life, where he's going to, whether or not he's going to cause havoc or add to your peace.
I think the biggest issue for men being a women's peace is most men haven't found peace within themselves. And you have to, like as a man, you have to take time and find what comforts you and brings you down in your solo environment. You know, like Rank said, it's his music. For me, I draw and I listen to music.
Oh, I thought you were in the venue.
Sunday.
Oh,
Okay.
I got a kind of
that's what I thought. That's celebrity.
But you have to find that peace within yourself. Like for me, if I've had a really stressful day at work, I'm gonna fire up my PlayStation. I'm gonna go balls to the wall killing shit because you can't do it publicly. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I'm also that dude. If I'm dealing with somebody and she goes, "Hey, I want to go out." Hey niggas, guys, gotta go. Whoop. And then my system's off.
It's you two. You can say it.
Oh, yeah, niggas, my system is off because at the end of the day, you have to set levels of importance. And if I'm with somebody, she says, "I need you," or "I want to do this with you," then I have to say what's important. And if she's important to me, if I am her comfort space, if I am that person she can come to and talk to and feel comfortable with, and she's having a fucked up situation, this playtime shit that I do is off. Because if she needs me, that's how I start creating that space for her.
Right.
Which in turn, it should be reciprocal. You know what I'm saying? If I say, "Hey, you busy? I need to talk to you. I need to get something off my chest. I need your opinion." You know, that has to be that mutual thing that goes forward. And I think that's how we as men and women start to create that safe space.
So let me ask you, do you think that there is an agenda to kind of tarnish the Black family in social media or just in general? Why?
It's kind of always been there to not having the family together. To not
Since
work through
slavery.
it. We cut it off at an instant. Like we don't work too much. We don't try to deal with the tense situations and the tense communication. A lot of times we just cut it off. We hear it in the music, we see it in TV and all
It ain't
that.
nothing to cut that bitch off.
Right.
Break close.
So yeah, we don't try to work through our tense situations that we have that we should all come together and try to figure out resolutions for and understand that, hey, a lot of us are all going through it. We can communicate with each other.
So what you're saying is, obviously, there is an agenda in the media to tarnish the Black family. Now it's up to us to change that narrative because you know it now. They say when you know better, you do better. So it's on us. So what do we got to do? Because I know for a lot of people, marriage is not the goal. You have a lot of these women in situationships for 700 years. You know what I mean? And then they try to impose the fact that they're happy in these situationships. And you're like, girl, you ain't happy, bitch. You ain't smiled in 1,300
They're
years.
trying to delay the inevitable. You don't want to get married because you've seen so many people who are married doing single
Yeah,
shit.
y'all be in my inbox, and I'll be like, you're married.
Husbands love it, man.
Oh my
And
God.
then so when that happens, people try to avoid marriage. Like it's not happening in the situation. It's not happening in the relationship.
I read an
Either you're for
article.
that person or you're not.
I read an article that said that many women are more happy being single.
Now, see, so for me, right, because marriage is the goal for me.
Why?
It's just.
You a hotel?
But that's okay.
But that's okay, and I think that's where we need to get to, because marriage isn't for everybody. And society has made it that marriage has to be the goal.
Yeah.
And what happens is now you get a lot of people that get married because they feel like that's the goal. And now they're married and then everything stops. Like, I got what I wanted.
I did what I was supposed to do. Now I can do whatever I want.
Now I can do what I want. Or now I'm not gonna, make that person happy anymore because I got it. Now they gotta serve me or do anything.
Start
like
getting
that.
fast though.
I just want to be happy. So my thing is just being happy. Now, if that comes to a point where somebody I want to coincide with and build a life with together, then marriage will be the thing for me. But that won't be the goal. That will just be a step in my process of growing myself. So I don't see it as a goal. I just see it as, if that point comes, then that's
So
where
what
we're
are you
going,
doing?
and then we're
Just hanging
moving
out?
forward.
What do you guys
After
doing?
that.
Just hanging
No,
out?
I have relationships. I care for people.
You say you like 4 of them.
I want to see people grow. I want to see them grow. I want to see them do
I'm gonna
great
see it on my
things in
show.
life.
He said he in a relationship with 4 different women, so what the fuck?
I didn't say cool.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, because my wheels.
It's okay that marriage is not the goal.
Like
Like
I had to
grandparents. Okay, they were 8th grade sweethearts. So I wanted the exact same life they lived. I wanted in 8th grade, I was trying to find my sweetheart. I was looking for my sweetheart.
8th grade.
8th grade, yes. 8th grade, I was looking for my sweetheart. Heart got broken. I was like, I didn't find my 8th grade sweetheart. Okay, that's not my reality.
Man, cancer.
They had 7 girls in those woods. I knew I could have 7 girls, so I wanted 7 kids. So then I was like, well, that's a different generation than from what I am, so I can't find no sweetheart in 8th grade. But I knew married. I always wanted to be married. I wanted a big family. I'm the only child. My mother died when I was 6. So having kids and having that marriage came from deeper than just what I saw on the surface with my grandparents. However, once I got older, I realized the trauma that it was with my family and the hardships of my grandparents. Because I always thought my grandparents, they would go to the mayor's ball, they went to this, they went to that. On the surface, I saw good. But once I actually spoke down with my grandmother, and she was like, yeah, but this, that happened. I was like, oh, marriage is really, I say it's a job. It's a job. It's easy to go to the altar and say, I do. But where the real work comes in, if you can agree, is the actual marriage.
Still together.
My grandfather died. They was together till the day he died. And she tell me to this day, is no man like my husband. They was not on their
I tell my wife that all the
So
time.
they
I
said,
have a question for you. Because you grew up in that religious watch. Do you think that marriage is hard work when it's just you and your husband, or does it get hard when children are thrown in?
it's hard. It's hard in the beginning because my husband grew up with a 2-parent household. My in-laws just celebrated their 20-something anniversary. They're still married. So it's hard regardless. However, like I said earlier, you can love someone. If you want love, your husband wants respect. In order for him to get respect, he has to love you and vice versa. I can love you and we can communicate all day, but I have to comprehend what you're saying. So until you know what I'm talking about, it's not going to work. Then on the flip side, I gotta be who I gotta be, and I have to be true to myself. Like I tell my husband, we have me time. My me time is Monday. His me time is right now, which is riding his bikes. And like how y'all get together, he gets together with his boys. They go fish. They gonna fish a trip,
You have to have that.
and you have to have that.
I
And
think more men need to have that.
yeah, and
And
like
I think more women need to have
we
that.
take 3 trips a year. No, 4 trips a year, guaranteed. With the kids, we do a couple retreat every year. We do what is it? The anniversary trip, 3 trips, anniversary trip every year. That's nonstop. It's guaranteed.
Right.
I added a meat trip.
Do y'all have children?
We have 2 kids. We have 4 in all. He has 2 children before me. Then we have 2 together.
Okay.
So it's hard regardless, but you have to work. You have to want to work through it.
Right.
I can say, oh, I'm gonna work through it all day, but I have to want to work through it.
So maybe I'm delusional and
No, you're not. No.
Because I don't want
Before
it to.
children, it's a little bit smoother, but you can do a lot of things that you can do without children. Children don't stop things depending on where your vacation spots are.
Right.
But if it's just you and your wife, because I was married, I'm divorced, and I was married before I had kids, I had 2 sons, and prior to my sons, we went all over, different countries, different destination spots. You can do that. You don't have to necessarily think about kids are safe. You don't have those worries. And when you do have your children, the challenge comes in because you start to learn a new perspective of how you make things in reference to things in your child.
Right.
It's something that you don't discuss when you're out there on the beach with your feet in the sand.
Right.
So when you have children, it will get challenging because now you're learning more about how you want to raise a child. You're learning more about how the other person wants to raise a child.
Right.
You're trying to figure out if that shit meshes
Yes.
or if it's going to be a conflict.
But why would y'all talk about that before y'all got
Because
married?
sometimes,
Because
it's easy to say right now in hindsight. Hindsight is always 20/20. But when you're in a relationship, sometimes, in reality, when you meet a person you're dating and you're doing that, you don't even know if you're going to have children. Very few
I can talk about it.
But what I'm saying is, very few
No more
people that have children have actually literally planned it.
But even if
But we talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
even when you change
That's
it.
something you should know before you get
But
married.
it just
As
doesn't
I'm Christian and my husband is Muslim, that's something that we need to talk about how we're gonna raise our child before we get married.
But it changes when
It changes when the child
Right, but at least we have that conversation. ball rolling.
You might end up pregnant before y'all talk about it.
You don't want kids.
You know
Yeah,
what
my
I'm
conversation.
It's
Do you
happening.
want more children?
So you gonna talk to a man who won't want kids at all?
Because I'm not even, why would I set you up like that? I'm not having any more kids. And that is just that.
Another exclusive here.
And
Okay,
yeah,
I mean,
I have,
no,
I have 3 kids, 20, 21, and 13.
You good,
I'm not having
you're
no
right.
grandkids, so it's like, no.
Definitely a choice.
But see, that's
She a grandmother.
But see, I agree with she wins because my daughter will be 20 this year. And I have one,
And you don't like her kids.
and I don't want any more on my own. I step that all day. But at the same token,
But from yourself.
but from my side, no.
Fruit is dry.
It's just trying. So like if a chick like,
Oh,
well, I-
she don't want to do it.
but I've actually dealt with like women who like, oh no, yeah, that's cool. I don't want other kids.
And
Then
then
they start to
Right.
learn me and like, oh man, you a great ass motherfucker. Like, and then they see my daughter, they like,
You never know.
and in my brain I'm like, well, it's time to go.
Yeah, I get their thought process.
That's why the conversation don't come up because you know you can't tell until.
And see, like, yeah, but that, like,
That
that's like
is
she
a first
said.
date question for
Yeah.
me. That is the first
For some,
conversation for me.
Depending on what your
Yeah.
path
It's like,
is.
do
If
you
you
want
got
kids?
3 and a grandbaby, so you already know.
I already know.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody, a nigga that can trick me.
But you run into a brother that has
What?
one kid.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, now,
Oh my God.
if you want to get intimidated, then that's on you.
So you don't want to get married, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
So marriage, I would say marriage is not my goal. Like I'm not.
What is the goal?
I get what you're saying. It comes up.
Y'all saying,
I would say marriage
Y'all
is
just-
my goal.
y'all just be kicking it. Y'all.
So if I come into contact with somebody that I like and I'm interested in and I want to get to know more intimate with them, you like it's not. I'm not looking like, hey, we gonna get together and I'm trying to get married to you. It's just like, hey, how can I help your life progress? How can you help my life progress? Like, what are the benefits of us coming together to have a friendship? First off,
Life partner?
and we can get to a life partner, right? We can get to that stage.
So all lesbians
Okay.
date.
Date with, have intentions.
He's a
Once
lesbian.
you meet,
Okay.
if you meet a woman,
Like, I thought that was
I don't see
lesbian.
nothing wrong.
if you meet a
I'm
woman
lesbian
and
too.
y'all hit it off,
Yes.
No, don't say that.
you're
A
okay.
lesbian is a woman that like women. Don't say that.
That's the thing. Like all words are made up. It's something
Remember
somebody
last time
When
with
you were-
training, I'm gonna have to cut that shit out, please.
But see, it's cool, but like when you're in touch with your feminine side, like my feminine side is a straight up lesbian.
I can do this.
Your manicure? No, that's not the straight
Look at my feet still up.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, she got a question.
What are you doing?
Hold on.
She still ain't got her ass
Because
yet.
she been, her husband trying.
Yes.
Because the reason why I was asking this is because a lot of people that I've come across that say that they don't want to get married is mostly like more of a commitment thing. But then they have children, and to me, having a child with someone is a huge.
Why a lot of men more comfortable having babies with women versus making them a wife?
I understand.
Why?
You just want to fuck.
Right.
So you're just saying it just happened. You
It
just
just happened. A lot of times it just happens. If we being honest, it just happens. Sometimes a nigga just want to fuck.
with your nut, King.
Nah, that
Well,
ain't right.
But she didn't know you married me.
No.
Let's not downplay the fact that being married or just being in a relationship with your kid's mother or your kid's father makes it easier for the kids. So for me, it's just like a lot of y'all are quick to be like, because I think it's a threat. When a nigga say to me, I'm gonna get you pregnant. No, you're not. We're not even gonna fuck. We're not even gonna fuck it out. Just my pussy is trash. It's crazy. But I just don't. To me, like Courtney said, with the child, it's just such a huge responsibility. But y'all are so quick to nut up in that thing when y'all in there. It just happened. But y'all are not so quick.
You're so women are so quick.
I'm saying it's all both of us. I'm saying you know better. We know there is an agenda. We already said it. We know there is an agenda to tarnish the black family. We know we in here. We like to get nutted in, and we know that we nutting people. Let's find somebody that we like to do it too.
When I say marriage is not a goal for me, it's not like that's the end all. Like
She said she doesn't want to be married, but she has been married before.
Yeah, I've been married.
So she don't want to do it again.
What the fuck you mean?
She don't
But it's not like I'm gonna be
You're
like,
not seeing that,
hey,
yeah.
let's go get married. No, I don't care.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
the goal.
break it up if it doesn't happen. My grandparents were together. Well, they're married now, but my grandparents didn't get married until like their 60s or 70s. I won't say 60s, but they were together.
What?
They were
What was the point of
together.
that?
Shit, I don't even know.
That's all what you want me to
They got
do.
married in my
Because
grandma's house.
one of them wanted it officially.
What happened was my great grandmother passed, and my grandfather got sick and almost died, which happens. Niggas wait till they get about to die.
Also,
They was like, you know what? Since I didn't die,
and you're still here.
let's go.
What's the
I would like to be married.
You
I
would.
would do that too again.
You would.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just gotta pick the right person, and sometimes you know, people get married for different reasons. I know my reason wasn't about love or anything like that, and I know nowadays most people get married based upon contractual obligations and finance and things like that. I still believe in love. You know what I'm saying? I still believe in my love energy. So for marriage, for me, it ain't about money, it ain't about nothing else. It's really about how I feel about you, and more so how you make me feel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not insecure, but I like to be comfortable, and it's a certain vibration I'm expecting. It doesn't have to be said, but I need to feel it. And I know it when I feel it. So when I feel that vibration, I'm done with the marriage shit. I get the ring and we can do the whole thing, and we're gonna rock until the sun stops shining. But until then, you know what I'm saying? I keep my eyes open, I keep my mind open. I don't force nothing, but I let nature take its course.
So if you're in a relationship and y'all have been together for however long, and she has never mentioned marriage, and you pop the question and she lets you know that she's not interested in marriage, but still wants to be in a relationship with you, because she doesn't believe in marriage, are you okay with continuing a relationship?
More than likely, especially if I loved her enough to propose to her and she wasn't ready, my ego ain't gonna stop me from loving her.
Does she keep the ring?
Why not?
She never.
If she doesn't
I'll just ask her.
I would
You can make it a next.
When you guys proposed, did you ask the father for permission?
I'll tell you something. When I proposed, I didn't ask the father. The mother and the father actually lived out of town, so I couldn't do it face to face. But she had a son here. So what I did was I went to her son and I took him to lunch and I let him know I was interested in marrying his mother. So instead of the father, I put that energy into the son. And we built, I let him know who I was, asked him was he okay with it, let him know that, I'm gonna get the house, I want you to come live with us. How you feel about that? Everything was solid, we can get up there.
I like
For
that.
me, I kind of slid the idea to her father. I was like, yo, it was like his son-in-law or something. You cool with that? He was like, 'cause me and him just be talking shit.
That's smooth.
He was like,
Chop it in and drink.
I think I can fuck with that. And then I just kind of hit him with that. And then to her kids, I did kind of slide the idea. So I was like, slip man, so you good? And they was like, yeah, I can rock with that. And then that's when I hit him with it.
All right, I got a question for you. It's something that the last thing she said.
Go ahead.
When she said she wanted. No, you said I want to get married again.
Yeah.
And you said you had a 7-month-old, right? 3-month-old. So that's your ex.
You said nothing.
Somebody else.
No.
So why did you marry 3-month-olds?
Why?
Nothing.
Wow, that's a great question.
You did. No, hold on, you did it, didn't you?
Are y'all celebrating?
She said
Did you say
nothing.
nothing?
She said nothing.
No, I didn't.
Are y'all still
I'm
together?
trying to prove
We
something.
still
Shit.
Oh, okay.
right.
You were married now?
Oh, okay, so that's what you did right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just ask the question.
He popped the question, you saying yes?
She said no.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. No, if it happens, yes.
So y'all in a relationship, you're on stage 4.
Y'all live together.
Y'all live together? Oh, they say
Oh,
five.
damn.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
what
you
it have.
good. You good.
Y'all coming along.
oh, y'all missed the common law from Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia got rid of that in
Both of
1947.
us been married.
So do y'all feel like shacking up is necessary? Like
Yeah,
I do.
Yes,
I
do.
I
think so.
my first marriage, we didn't live together before
Mhm.
we got married.
And
When you live with someone,
You learn.
you see shit. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
Curtis, you too.
You see shit
Where the fuck you was at?
that you would never see if you not living with them and you
Like
really
seeing cars on
get
their
to know somebody and who you
That's my
live
biggest
with,
fear.
you living in
Like
that
watching
house
this fraud
all
and shit.
night.
Yeah, oh my god. I can't watch my nigga thing. You was watching that.
You know,
I mean,
because
Oh,
it's some stuff you just don't see. So I don't like
Right.
You have to realize that
It's
you're raised completely different. Y'all come from two totally different households. How you do stuff. Me and my last relationship, we used to get into it about holding towels. Like, nigga, you're not gonna, I've been holding towels like this for 20 years. I'm not gonna change how I hold towels because you want to hold it. I have a military father. You roll shit up and you put it in there. It makes it spacious. You want to hold it. We're not gonna, you fold the towels or I fold the towels.
You know though? That's what I love about relationship though.
If you
It be the pettiest shit.
Yeah.
It be the pettiest shit. Bro. I love it though. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what the fuck the part is. Like, my ex, so I moved to the house, I moved her and her daughter in. And she was like, well, I like shit done this way. I was like,
That's not how it works.
no. I said, no, like with like small shit like towels and laundry and shit.
Well, shit, you go.
It's been fish to fry.
Shit, that's why I said I love petty shit.
But I feel like a relationship before anything else is a partnership. You have to be willing to communicate and figure out, all right, this gonna work, this ain't gonna work. Is this gonna is this a not gonna work and I can deal with the compromise? This is like a non-negotiable. And once you figure that out, you can go forward with that. Now sometimes the non-negotiables come up. Motherfucker, this ain't the that was your representative. This the real.
It's like that. Continuously have conversations
When
over and over again.
when I'm dating
And see
somebody,
changes.
like if they hit me up and they, let's go on a date. Before we go on a date, give me a list of all your deal breakers. Because we ain't even got to go on a date. Let's not even waste each other's time. I'm dead ass. Like send it.
I asked that.
Send me your list.
of deal breakers.
Hell yeah, because
That phone is time.
Right.
I see how you fold towels. But
I ain't gonna lie to bro, I do too. I
One
listen
of
to
my-
deal
I
breakers.
wouldn't go. I wouldn't know what never mind.
It don't necessarily be
And
a
that's
list
fine.
I
though.
always feel like it takes away the fun from love.
no, because I don't feel like
I like to know. I like to know.
I mean, I'm
She's
always-
No.
what the fuck it is and what the fuck it
I like
is.
to
A deal breaker for me was talking to a guy that didn't want children. I knew I wanted a child.
It's a deal. Before I even start liking you, I need to
It's just the
no, I don't want
no,
to.
I don't want to waste your time or
If I say,
I think
you
I
don't
did this, but
want
now that
kids,
you know, I might like
children,
this.
and then you come over your house and a little gremlin come running out.
Not a gremlin.
Now I'm like, no, I don't want it. Okay,
Get that shit out of here.
It's a little. Why is his nose running? Get it out of here.
I can understand that.
No.
Yeah, you think about I got
One
you.
thing that I have to know before we even go on a date is how tall are you? And that sounds crazy,
No.
but I don't date short men, and I
wanna
have my
date a
reason for it. And when
This girl is 3'11".
and he is.
Take the heel off right quick.
Is he short as that?
Wait, look, are you short? Cause y'all the same height.
I'm 5'1", but
How old are you? I mean, how tall are you? 5'5". You are not no 5'5".
I'm saying, I'm pretty sure profile at 5'8". Everything I ever had said 5'8".
But I'm
Since I was a grown man.
find somebody tall, not that hard.
no.
But no.
Everybody's taller than everybody.
Yeah.
But what she didn't say was she had the number. The number got stole.
I see why though.
It does.
I got a shrimp.
Because I have dated short men and I went I got cussed out on Facebook. I don't feel protected because I have been in situations where I wasn't protected. And it wasn't one, I tell people, and the only time I speak on shit is when it's something I experienced. I don't just be saying shit. I was in New Orleans with a dude. He invited me to New Orleans. We get there, we walking down Bourbon Street. It's a group of people. I'm walking next to him, and somebody just out of the crowd comes and picks me up and walks off of me. And I'm like confused for like 3 seconds. Then I started trying to take the nigga eyeballs out, because what are you doing? And then when he finally lets me go, I turn around, where dude at? Still where I left him.
What you mean?
He ain't even facing the way the nigga is.
So he ain't
He's got anger issues, and then when we the same size, I'm
What is that?
trying to get with I'm not dating a little dude.
Cause my husband is short, but however, my husband would get with something.
Yeah,
I always feel
And my father is short.
Right.
My father is 5'10", but nobody is gonna try my father because he got that. He got that look on him.
That's how my
He gonna whoop
husband
your
is.
ass or he got something on him. So
He give black Air Force One.
he give all man, not that bad. Not I'm wrong, but he gives masculinity. When you see my dad, you know that's a man.
So what if it's a short dude that gives that? You still not gonna fuck with him?
I ain't gonna say.
She already traumatized.
I've already
She can't see past it.
That's number one.
Because you
and I'm tall,
Well,
and
maybe
not
that's
being
it.
that,
but I ain't
she
never
never
seen
seen
it
it
that
chunks
every tall dude that I've been with, nobody ever tried them while we was together. They knew how to fight exactly. I've never had that issue.
But at the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Because my thing is everyone has the right to have preferences. The only problem is the preferences are only bad when the preference goes against the woman in most cases. If a dude has preferences that go against a woman who wants that dude, oh, it's gonna be the end of the day.
Listen, if a man's preference was I don't want to date a woman with kids, that's right. That is okay.
That's your right.
It's not the preference.
But you have that level of maturity. That's what y'all can't do.
A great point. She said it's not the preference.
preference. It's the generalization. It's grouping all short men. Because if
all
tall men are this.
If I dated one short man that had that issue, then yes, I would definitely agree with you because that would be ignorant on my part because I only had one bad experience with a short person and I put them all on. No, I done had several, and it's just like and it ain't just I'm not protected. I've dealt with short men who have had anger issues and I've also dated a tall man who had anger issues, but that was another story for another day. But I've had issues with short men either wanting to fight or not wanting to fight at the right time. Like, you want to fight me, but then we in the club and a nigga grabbed me by my hand, just a nigga at the bar, and you just standing there listening. Like,
I get what you're saying. Is this your experience? But that's the thing. It's just your experience.
Exactly.
Other short men out there. Like I said, my dad's short.
My dad's short.
The man you describing, that's not my dad at all.
It ain't mine.
So it's like it's just the
Y'all think I'm short?
of it all.
How tall are you?
She said like 5'10".
Yes,
She said 5'10".
My dad classifies himself as short, but I can do 5'10" or better.
Well,
I ain't no goddamn.
I'm taller than my dad.
Let me go get the boosters on my shirt.
Wait,
I'm a little man.
you're a midget.
That's not the correct term.
Don't say
Your dad's a little person.
Don't call him that.
no.
Wait, wait, you're 5'2", so
5'10" is tall.
you my height?
Short he gotta be like, cause my sister she 4'11". She a little bit shorter than him, so he gotta be
If
like
your daddy
5'8".
Maybe she a little bit shorter than him.
I'm 5'2".
5'2", 5'1".
Your dad ain't easy. That's
See, my dad was a friend.
I told you, bro.
I'm about 5'5".
5'5", big thighs.
Brown eyes.
I asked you that because when me and my husband met on Facebook, we was Facebook friends for a year. I didn't know my husband. Never in the public would have looked at my husband. He was dark skinned, he had locks, he was thug looking. I was like, he ain't my type. I wanted a white dude, I wanted a light tall dude. That was my preference
At that time, right? See, I don't have a color preference.
At that time, I did. Okay,
Right.
I was out there. What I? I'm ready for a boyfriend.
Right.
So he hit me up in the DM and was like, hey, mom. I was like, I'm not your mom. And we were last for 3 hours. Then it turned into, he was been an asshole. My husband was an asshole.
I like assholes.
We described as like an asshole. I'm a girly girl. He was an asshole. He was like, he was calling me sweetheart. He was an asshole. So after all that, and I saw him, and I was like, I think he's short. But I said like because the conversation.
You didn't know he was short until
I
you walked in the room.
know. We only on Facebook.
That's why I asked the question. That's one of my deal breakers. So that's why if somebody asks me out and I have to mention in real life, I ask the question, how tall are you? And then if it's not the right height, then I'm not wrong.
Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. You guys did so great. I want to thank you guys for coming. We're gonna wrap it up. I just want to say again, thank you guys for coming out. Since we know that it's an agenda to tarnish the Black family, and we sit here and we talk about some of the things. I hope moving forward, you guys watching at home and you guys are here, take some of those ideas, use it, and let's kind of come back. Even if you don't want to be married and you just want to, go steady.
She said.
Common law marriage, it's still a goal. It's still a goal. Because everybody needs somebody. Like you love love is how we grow, it's how we become better people, it's needed. So I just want y'all to go love on your loved ones because tomorrow is definitely not promised. Go ahead and call that nigga back who you mad at because he left you on red for 5 hours, he was fucking asleep. Go ahead and call that girl back who burnt the food the other day. She can learn how to cook. And just get her some prizes.
Right?
Don't tell these men to nut on you ladies unless you really like them. Okay?
That's what it is. Put it on the cellar. I really like it.
Make sure you like it.
Make sure you like them, okay? And then please stop nutting in these
Take
women.
your birth control.
Unless you like them, fellas.
Unless you like them.
That's a plan B.
And you have consent. Alright? Thank you guys again for
Because we'll call the cops.
because we'll call the cops on you.
What is this?
Thank you guys again.
How did the cops get involved?
That's some type of assault.
That's the next episode.
Y'all
Okay.
put it in there.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. Ew.